Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. And welcome to DSP's Fight and Feast Marathon event all day long here on DSPGaming. I hope that you guys are ready for a good variety of Street Fighter-related fun, as it is time for us to sit down and celebrate the release of Street Fighter 6, which is coming out in under 2 weeks, if you can believe it. Yes, it's that close. I'm excited for it if you can't tell. I've been talking about it. I've been playing the different betas, and now I'm excited to sit down and play the final game. But because of that, I felt like it was time for us to prepare in a very special way here on the channel. And so today we were going to be doing a lot of good stuff in regards to Street Fighter. For example, it's almost as if something related to Street Fighter is already happening. Anyway, I'll have to think about that for a little bit. For example, we're going to be doing classic Street Fighter runs. That's right. We're going to be playing old school Street Fighter 2, 3, and probably Street Fighter Alpha, depending on your voting. And we're going to be playing the highest difficulty runs in each of the said games. And we're also going to be having character selection where you guys will vote for particular characters that I'll use during those runs. The AI in those games is atrociously annoying. Super cheating. So it should be fun to see how I can do in that. In addition to that, we're going to be doing Tier Maker. Not one, but two different Tier Maker rankings as long as time permits. Ranking the different fighting game franchises against each other, but also ranking the Street Fighter characters against each other. So that'll be kind of neat. Again, if time permits. Also, food. It is the Fight and Feast after all. And where the food comes in is that I have a Street Fighter cookbook. It's donated by some fans named the Dutch Brothers, and I'm very excited to try out a few of the recipes out of said cookbook here live on the stream. We're going to be trying 3 different recipes. Now, for the first time, I can reveal to you details about the recipes. I'm not going to outright spoil what the recipes are, but I will tell you this, okay? 2 of the recipes are Asian style, Asian food, okay? Out of those 2 recipes, one of the recipes is kind of iffy because one of the main ingredients is something that's pre-made. Like you wouldn't make it yourself. It's something you would buy from, say, an Asian market, all right? Now, the other component of the recipe is something that my wife is going to make completely, herself. So the question is, will the one component be good enough to outweigh the other component? If the store-bought component is crap, then the recipe is going to be crap, right? Now, the other Asian-inspired recipe is going to be something that's all made from scratch, like all the ingredients, okay? But my wife has never made anything like this before, and so it's in question, will it be good or not? We won't know until she tries, all right? The third recipe is American-style inspired. That recipe, we have a feeling, will be good. However, that one is going to be a finale at the end of the show today. It's actually probably going to be one of the last things, if not the last thing that we do on the marathon today. So, over the course of this marathon stream, there will be 3 different Street Fighter recipes I'm going to try live. What I'm going to do is bring out the Street Fighter cookbook each time. I'm going to read you the story and the lore behind each recipe. and the ingredients and the recipe itself, and then we're going to try out the food live on the stream. Okay, so that should be pretty fun. But in addition to that, at one point we are going to order just something quick, like some sandwiches or something from somewhere. I might actually have an opportunity to finally like live review like Jersey Mike's or something like that for you guys at some point during the show. And then the last piece of kind of gameplay that I want to do today is actually going to be a battle royale that I set up last night in WWE 2K. It's actually going to be, get this, a 30-man battle royale, but here's why it's going to be really cool. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat versus Tekken. It is fighting game supremacy. All three of these storied fighting game franchises are getting a new game release this year, and 10 fighters from each game will be facing off in a 30-man battle royale. Who will be the ultimate fighting game of 2023? We're going to find out today at the end of the marathon. So this is very, very exciting because we've got a variety of stuff going on. You guys are going to have input into what happens here all day long, and I'm very excited. Now, for clarification purposes, today is Sunday, May 21st, 2023. This is a regular podcast. We will have a regular show here where I'll talk and we'll hype up and we'll discuss Street Fighter events. We're going to do some special stuff here, and then we're going to jump into the meat of the marathon. We're going to start with one of those fighting game runs. You guys will vote. In fact, what I might do in just a moment is set up the poll. Do you want to see Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, or Street Fighter Alpha first? And you can vote on that and determine which game we'll play first. And then after that, we'll do a quick poll for what character would you like to see me play in that first highest difficulty run. And that's how we will start the event. And then maybe go to a tier maker or maybe do a second run. Depends on what you guys really want, okay? So I'm definitely excited for this. First of all, I love classic Street Fighter. I grew up playing Street Fighter 2 in arcades. It was the game that got me to play arcade games consistently. It was the game that got me into competitive fighting games and or just competition in general. Quite honestly, before Street Fighter, I was a little bit antisocial. And actually getting my butt into an arcade and squaring off against competition from all over my local area got me in the mindset that it's okay. You can challenge people. You can be brave. You can be courageous. Step up. Put your quarter up. Play competitively. And so I grew up playing these games in the 90s. Absolutely loved them. Started traveling in the late 90s, early 2000s to play them competitively in tournaments. Ended up, doing very well over the course of my competitive career, which is probably around 2000 to 2007-ish. High-ranking EVO results, winning regional qualifiers in EVO and other tournaments as well of that caliber. And I really enjoyed myself. But as you guys know, I'm retired. I don't play competitive Street Fighter at any kind of a competitive level today. I play it more casually. Doesn't mean that I'm not excited for Street Fighter 6. I absolutely am. I loved playing the beta the 2 times that it was the closed beta earlier this year. Hell, the only reason I'm not playing the beta right now is because it's the same beta a 3rd time. I don't want to play with the same 8 characters again, especially because people have cheated. I'm not kidding. They hacked the beta and have been playing it illegally for the past 5 months and have mastered those characters. So there's literally no reason to play this beta. I'll wait for the full game to come out in a couple of weeks and play all the new characters, and then it'll be a more even and fun playing field. But, I cannot wait to play Street Fighter 6 and cover it for you guys. So I said, what's a special way to celebrate the event? Well, let's do a Street Fighter memory lane kind of deal here where we go through the history of Street Fighter together and enjoy all kinds of fun related festivities. So if you like Street Fighter, you're in the right place. Okay? If you don't like Street Fighter, admittedly, you probably will not like today's content because the gameplay, the recipes, the tier makers is all Street Fighter related. And I hear you. If you don't like this, hey, come back tomorrow because tomorrow we're back to regularly scheduled gameplay. In fact, what I should probably do is do the schedule segment now to get it out of the way before we start focusing on Street Fighter. I have to talk about my outfit today. I'd like to talk about various things, but let's get the usual business out of the way first of all, okay? So, first of all, let me say this. Today, special festivities going on. As you can see, we have a tips goal. However, the tips goal is essentially just a running total of tips that we get today. There are no tiered rewards today. Why not? Because I'm already wearing an outfit. I'm not going to be putting a hat on and a vest on over my outfit. We're just going to be rolling with what I'm wearing today. So don't expect a tiered reward system or anything like that. We're already doing a special event today. So I hope you understand. Okay? Now, that being said, that doesn't mean that there won't be some special festivities and fun. First of all, for every 100 likes we get on the stream, I'll be doing a celebratory bubble blow with my bubble guns, which I just got donated a couple of days ago by a viewer. And you guys love these bubble guns. I do too. So I'm excited to be blasting them all day long for you for every 100 likes that we get. All right? Now, if we just so happen to also hit some members' goals today, then I will also shoot the bubbles off. So multiple reasons I'll be having some bubble fun here on the stream. Now, in addition to that, there's something special that I do for marathons, and I am going to be doing it today. If I receive a $100 tip at any point during the course of today, it has to be $100 or more, I'm going to be taking a shot. Now, in previous streams, there have been various different liquors that I've drank. Today, we're doing something different that I have not had yet on a stream. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a handle, that's correct, a handle of tequila. You're going to see Drunken Ryu today, depending on how much support actually comes in during the course of the stream. All right? Now, I'm not drinking this whole thing. You're out of your mind, okay? I basically just bought a giant thing of tequila just to have for a long time and have margaritas and stuff with my wife. But there we go. We got tequila here today. I got my shot glass, and we're ready to go. However, you have to understand something. Hopefully I didn't just break it. I have to pace myself, all right? And here's what I mean by that. I'm not going to be taking nonstop shots. Right now, if 5 people tipped at $100 each, I'm not going to say, okay, I'm drinking 5 shots back to back. I'd be an idiot, okay? As much as I like to have fun with you guys on streams, I am a professional. I have to put out a whole day's worth of content. In fact, the content I make today is actually going to span an entire week. We're going to have gameplay and the Battle Royale and the podcast for DSPGaming, but we're going to have multiple different Street Fighter recipe tryouts, and we're going to have 2 tier maker videos, and maybe even a video where I review, say, a sandwich that we order for like Jersey Mike's or something. All that's going to be for DSP Reacts, my sister channel. So I need to make the content. I can't be getting drunk and passing out. That would be pretty stupid. So, number one, that's why it's $100 a shot. If I made it $10 a shot, you guys would have me drinking 27 shots within a minute, and I'd be dead. Can't do that. I have to be realistic, okay? By making it so ridiculous of a goal, it means it's going to be way more reasonable, all right? So, yes, every $100 tip I receive today, I will be taking a shot, but I have to pace myself. Please understand that. I promise you I will take the shots, but I also need to space it out. I can't just be going crazy, doing shot after shot after shot after shot and getting shit-faced, and now I can't do my stream. I'm going to have to balance it. The good news is we are going to have the food stuff in between everything else. So I'll be having these 2 Asian recipes and then a real meal of a sandwich later and all that, and it'll help me pace out and balance out any liquor that I drink today. But if I feel like I'm going crazy and I'm getting woozy, I'm getting buzzed, I'm getting drunk, I gotta cut it back, and that's okay. We'll do it together. We'll handle it together, all right? And it's gonna be a good time, all right? It is. So I can tell you right now, contributions are already coming in. I'm not shitting you. Remember how the podcast works? I basically get through everything that I want to talk about on the show first, and then I do shout-outs, and we get to shout-outs. That's when I will shout out these contributions, and if I need to take a shot as a result of a contribution, that's when I'll start doing it right here live on the show. All right? All right. Cool. Boy, am I glad that I've got the air conditioner on today, seriously, because I'm going to need it. I get the feeling. Alrighty then. Thank goodness I have this nice aerated outfit I'm wearing today. Woo! Okay. All right. So like I said, let's do housekeeping stuff first. Let's actually just get through the schedule so that everyone knows what's going on this week. And then once we get through the usual schedule, then we can talk about the festivities today and how to tackle them. We'll probably start doing polls to determine what's the first thing I'm going to do. The headband is funny. All right, let's start with this. This outfit I'm wearing today, all right, is obviously Sakura's outfit, right, from Street Fighter. Okay, no, it's Ryu from Street Fighter. Everyone knows that. This is the outfit I actually wanted to wear for Halloween. This was the outfit I was playing the Street Fighter 6 beta, and I was using Ryu, and Ryu was my favorite character in the beta. He was the character I was doing the best with during the beta back in early October. And everyone was like, oh, you should dress up like a Street Fighter character for Halloween. And I couldn't get this. By the time that I went to order a Halloween costume, all the Ryu costumes had been sold out. The only ones they had were small size, so I couldn't get it. But now, of course, we're in the middle of the year, not even close to Halloween. It made it a lot easier to get it. So I was able to get my size and everything, which is nice. And yes, it's nice. It has the accessories. It also has the belt. I'll show you the belt. The belt is very nice because the belt actually has this. Look at that. It actually has like, you know, kanji on it. I have no idea what that says. All right, but that's nice and fancy. See that? And it fits me absolutely perfectly. The outfit is like exactly my size. I think it was like medium large. So if I had tried to get like extra large, it would have been falling off my body, and small probably would have been tiny. So it's absolutely correct. The size for me, it fits nicely. It's cool. It's relaxing. It's a good, you know, you get the nice padded gloves, which I really enjoy. And I'll be honest, yes, this headband is so much better than wearing the Ken wig that I wore back in October for Halloween. Why? It's not intrusive. I'll be able to play games. I'll be able to eat food. And this is not going to be intrusive while the Ken wig was getting in my mouth, was getting in my eyes. It kept falling off my head, right? So this is a much better layout for an extended gaming play session and or marathon like I'm going to do today. So I'm glad that I was able to get this. You know, they do have some other Street Fighter outfits. They're just not that very good. Usually they're crappy, or you have to get them for like a cosplay designer, and those can cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I just went for what I actually wanted for Halloween and couldn't get. I'm happy I got it, and now I have both the Ken and Ryu outfits. Now, you might say to yourself, Phil, will you ever be wearing these outfits again? Maybe, because Street Fighter 6 is right around the corner. And with Street Fighter 6 right around the corner, perhaps I'll do some fun, silly themed events, depending on how Street Fighter 6 goes. If I like it, and we're enjoying the game, and you guys are getting into it, and you're enjoying, you know, entire sessions of Street Fighter or whatever, and you want to see more of them, or you want to have like a scheduled special thing, maybe I will use both outfits in the future. All right, it'd be kind of stupid if I just bought them once and never wore them again. Then again, I do that every year for Halloween, right? I go all out and I spend a lot of money on a Halloween costume, and then I never wear it again. So it's not like I've never done that before. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I will wear these again for the Street Fighter 6 coverage coming up in, you know, the next few weeks. Or maybe not. I'm being asked, can the headband be a hat goal? Why not? This headband is comfortable. It really is. This head is a nice, comfy headband. I'd be down for wearing this headband as a hat if you wanted this instead of a full hat. I would wear this for a hat goal. Absolutely, I would. It's super, super nice. So there you go. Don't raise my guard like this. I'm scaring him, says Mr. Whiskers. What? I lead. By the way, I lead with my left. So everyone knows I'm a righty. So I lead with my left. But then, when you're trying to pay attention, bah! Just like that. Anyway, excuse me. And by the way, when I punch in real life, I scream, bah! Just like that. I always scream loudly and say, bah. Okay. Brianna says, how many Street Fighters have I played? All of them. Well, oops. Well, when I say that, I mean the mainline Street Fighters. I think there's a couple, like, I never played Tatsunoko versus Capcom. All right, there's a couple spin-off games I didn't play, but I've played pretty much all of them, so there you go. Oh, by the way, Jade, it's good to see you today. It's good to see you today, Juan David Ortega. There's a lot of people here who are saying hello, and I want to say hello to all the regulars who are coming into the chat today. I hope that you guys enjoy the content, something special today. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate that. Remember, today it's a marathon stream, but it's as if I'm doing 2 regular gameplay streams. The goal today is to try to essentially have a fun marathon where I kind of, you know, have a good day with enough support as if I was doing 2 independent streams. All right, it's not going to be 2 separate streams with $150 tips goals and likes goals. It's going to be one continuous stream all day long with the hopes that I will, you know, hit those things kind of cumulatively along the way. All right, so any support you lend is greatly appreciated, whether it's simply liking the stream. That's going to add engagement. People are searching for Street Fighter content right now. To see an asshole in a Ryu outfit, probably they'd enjoy that. Probably not. But anyway, liking the stream would let more people find it on YouTube. So it'd be great if you could give the stream a like if you're enjoying yourself. Outside of that, any support, greatly appreciated. Whether it's a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, a gifted membership. Today we're going to have a lot more people on stream than a standard stream. So today would be an outstanding day if you were thinking of helping the channel in general and your fellow chatter, gift some memberships to the channel. People will definitely take advantage of that today, okay? Or tipping, of course. Tips are absolutely great. I really appreciate that. Any tips today would be appreciated. Every $100 tip I receive, I'm taking a shot of tequila. There we go. All right. Is it bubble? People are saying it's already bubble time. You guys are right. We already hit 100 likes, and I've only been on stream for 20 minutes. Now, that's how we get started with the Street Fighter Marathon, ladies and gentlemen. That Fight and Feast hype, ladies and gents. You ever thought you would see Ryu with a bubble gun? Did you ever think you would see this on the internet? I don't think so. Only on DSPGaming, baby. That's right. You come here for the serious business. Dude, I sprayed so many bubbles right there. They're going everywhere right now. Holy shit. That was a ton of bubbles. The bubbles got all the way over to my monitors over there in the back. Damn. You never thought you'd see Ryu spray you with a bubble gun, did you? I didn't think so. Spread it on. Excuse me. Oh, yes, bubbles have gotten into my eyes before. Absolutely, they have. Robust bubblery, says lady. Very robust bubblery. Only serious business here on DSP Gaming. That's right. Okay, so ladies and gents, let us begin. Let's talk about the schedule for the week, shall we? So here's what's going on this week. Today, it's the Street Fighter Marathon all day long. When this marathon ends, a couple things are going to happen. Number one, I'm going to upload gameplay elements in the podcast to this channel for on-demand viewing. Number two, I'm going to upload probably 1 or 2 videos from the stuff today. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do 1 tier maker ranking and 1 of the food vlogs. I'll upload those over to DSP Reacts. And then what I'm planning on doing is 1 video every day. So another food vlog, another tier maker, another food vlog, and then maybe the Jersey Mike's video, whatever it is, I'm going to spread those out over on DSP Reacts. So there's basically new content all week long. Stretch it out for the viewers over there, okay? But also, after I finish this marathon, I'm going to be posting up over on DSP Reacts on the community tab. The channel members there will be able to nominate the videos for next week's big react show, DSP versus the Internet, which I do every Saturday. So be aware, if you are a channel member over on DSP Reacts, you know, after this marathon ends is when you're going to see me posting up that thread for which you can nominate your videos. Be, you know, get ready for that. I don't want people to not be ready and then, oops, now I'm way too late and I didn't get my video watched on the show. Okay, so that's number one. So that, there you go. Now, tomorrow, we're going to get back to regularly scheduled gameplay. All right, so the first stream tomorrow is going to be Star Wars Jedi Survivor here on DSP Gaming, continuing on. We've been planet jumping. The last few streams, we've been going from planet to planet, doing all kinds of exploration. Right now, we're on the planet Jeddah, and we'll continue on with more open world exploration in Jeddah next time around on Monday. Monday night will be the continuation of Oblivion, and we're in the end game of the game. Basically, I could keep going with these optional Oblivion gates, or I could end up instead just going straight into the finale of the story. I guess we'll see what we want to do tomorrow night, what we're in the mood for, okay? And then Tuesday is going to be more Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the first stream, and then the late stream is more Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster, which has gotten very difficult because we're in the end game now. We're in the final third of the game, essentially, which is the final 4 big dungeons, and then the finale of the game, plus a lot of very challenging optional content. So we'll see how that goes Tuesday night. And that's my streaming week. I'm off on Wednesday from streaming, but when I come back on Thursday, the goal here is essentially to get as far as I can in Zelda and Star Wars, while hopefully finishing up Oblivion and maybe even getting into the end game of Final Fantasy V by the end of May. I want to see as far as I can get in all these games before we finish May, because June 2nd is Street Fighter 6, all right? Now, this means that Ask the King, which is my bi-monthly Q&A show that should have been at the end of May, has been delayed. It will not be this month. I likely will be doing it either sometime in June or maybe even early July, rather than me trying to wedge it in when I really need a time crunch here to finish the games I'm playing. So no Ask the King this month, all right? Also, I've been getting questions about early June. Every Saturday, I do my show called DSP versus the Internet over on DSP Reacts. That means that the main stream on Saturdays, I basically spend the entire 3+ hours reacting to videos from channel members. And it's a great show. In fact, yesterday's show, if you didn't see it yet, was really, really good. It was a great variety of videos. So far, 3 out of the 6 videos are live on the channel. 3 more will be going live over the course of the week. If you become a member, you can watch the whole stream right now. It's a little perk of being a member over there. But anyway, The reason I'm bringing this up is it looks like for that first weekend of June, Street Fighter 6 is coming out on Friday. I think it would make sense for me to play Street Fighter 6 2 straight days and then do the React show on Sunday, rather than me only do Street Fighter one day, and now all of a sudden we're already taking time away for Street Fighter to do reacting. I think I'd rather play Street Fighter for 2 days. So that week, it looks like it'll be delayed by about a day. Not a huge delay, but a delay nonetheless, and I want to let you guys know way up front, yes, my React show will be delayed by 1 day that first weekend of June, so we can have 2 straight days of Street Fighter fun here on the channel, and then we'll go do DSP versus the Internet on that Sunday, okay? And then in early June, we got Street Fighter 6 coverage pretty much non-stop, but I'll be balancing that with other stuff. And then, of course, we got Diablo 4 coming out. It's going to be pretty crazy, and I hope that you guys will join me for all the fun. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. The one other thing we should definitely start talking about is what should be the special event that I do in June. Because every month I like doing a special event. Obviously, this is a pretty unique special event, right? Last month, we did a long-form React event to the Internet Historian, and that was really fun. We also did a birthday marathon event. Previously, we did a Super Bowl marathon event, right? So what would you guys like to see? What would you like to see for the next one? I would like to do a long-form React. I mean, I love doing those, and it will have been around 2 months now. But the question is, what would it be? I need ideas. I need to know what you guys would like to see me do. Would you like to see me do some kind of a special marathon again? Would you like to see a long-form React event? What is it you'd like to see in June? I'd be down for a long-form React to a documentary or something like that, but let me know what you think. Do you want me to go back to some videos from June the King? Do you want me to do a Frederick Knudsen video? Do you want me to do something that's more comedy-related, like Internet Historian? Do you want me to see something more serious? Remember Defunct Land, which we were talking about? That's a channel that covers all kinds of old-school theme parks and attractions like that, and the history of them and how they're now defunct or redone into something else. We could do something like that. Like, I'd be down for anything like that. So what we need to start doing is seriously talking about this and figure this out. Let's start brainstorming together daily and get some ideas. And then once we hammer one in, then we can figure out what exactly we want to do. All right. So yes, let's talk. Now, I'm sure you guys are going to start throwing ideas at me right now. That's fine. Today's not exactly the best day to talk about them, but if you want to discuss those ideas, we can talk about them on the podcast today. And go from there. All right. So good stuff. Let's talk about the next event. All right. Outside of that, just so you guys know, yes, it is official. Listen to this. We hit an 18 stream support streak. An 18 stream support streak. That means 18 straight streams, 9 straight days, we've hit all the support goals. Tons of memberships, tons of super chats. Not that we have super chat goals, but hitting all the tips as well. Superb. Yes, I will give a huge shout out to Jinx, who has been the main proponent of this, but there's even been streams where Jinx hasn't even contributed. For example, yesterday's main stream, Jinx wasn't even here until the end, and we had already hit all the goals. So, people have been incredibly generous recently. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's something in the water. I don't know if there's just an air of positivity around here because I've been keeping drama off of my streams. Whatever it may be, thank you. Really. Thank you. 18 straight streams is pretty stupendous. Now, today I'm only doing 1 stream. But as I said, since we are trying to make this up as if it were a whole day, which would have been 2 streams, to keep the streak going, I guess we would say, you know, can we hit the $300 that it would have been if I did 2 separate streams of $150 each? That's how we can judge if by the end of today's stream, we've hit all the goals. Now, let's be honest. Is it going to be that big of a deal? I don't know. It's a super marathon, and usually these marathons do really well. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm not going to be mentioning it that much. I wanted to get out of the way now so people don't keep asking me all day, how does it work? It's that simple. It's going to be as if I was doing 2 separate streams, which each one would have been $150. So if we hit $300 at any point during today, we've kept the streak going. All right? Although it's going to be weird because now it's going to be 19 streams, an odd number. And every day is going to be an odd number because I did a marathon in the middle of it. I don't know. Or maybe we don't count. Maybe we just say if the streak is going or not. Yes, the streak is, as of now, the streak is still going. Okay? So let's see what happens today. Again, if today is the day when it ends and we don't hit the $300, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. But you guys have been absolutely amazing. I know you guys get kind of hyped for this kind of event, so let's see what happens today. Okay, I'll let you know as things. We already have tips coming in. I will shout out the tips. We'll get the total going after I get through all my different segments here of the podcast. Okay. Okay. Game news. There is none. There's no game news. The only game news is that, you know, the Street Fighter 6 beta is currently going on. It's the open beta weekend. And I guess they're doing these tournaments. They're doing these tournaments in Battle Hub. Now, Battle Hub is the online lobby where essentially you wait to play your online matches of Street Fighter 6. And I guess you have the ability to set up these small scale tournaments in Battle Hub and have people play against each other. And I guess they're not working right. I guess they've been testing them, and a lot of them are having glitches and issues. Not to say that would be a huge deal. Like, who cares if these little mini tournaments don't work? That's really not the whole point of Street Fighter 6 anyway. But it was a nice feature that they thought of, and apparently now that they're actually testing it, it's not working very well. And that's a little disappointing. You know, you get a nice feature like that, maybe you want to get together with a group of 10 people you know, and you want to have a tournament. Oh, now it's not working. It sucks. So let's hope they can work out those bugs. But outside of that, I haven't really heard anything negative about the Street Fighter 6 beta. The only thing I've heard that is negative is that, sadly, yeah, there's a group of several hundred tryhards who basically hacked the beta, which they shouldn't have fucking done. They played it for 5 straight months. They absolutely mastered the 8 characters from the beta. So that's Ryu and Ken, Kimberly and Jamie, Guile and Juri, Chun-Li, and who's the last one? Luke, right? So basically those 8 characters that were in the beta, they've completely mastered them. And it's stupid because there's like insane damage combos. They know how to counter everything. So people who are just the first time trying to play this game are getting completely destroyed and getting disheartened. That's probably the opposite idea of what Street Fighter was going for with this beta. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted people to say, oh, look, get your hands on it for the first time. Everyone's an equal playing field. And instead, you got like 500 people who are just spanking everyone else like this because they cheated to play the game for 5 straight months. It's bullshit. So I guess we'll see what happens when the actual game comes out in June. I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing the online connectivity is very good. A lot of people are praising it, saying it's actually probably the best online Street Fighter of all time, which is amazing. I'm glad to hear that. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the new characters. I want to see how characters like Honda or Blanca play, or Zangief, of course. I want to see how the new characters play. And I want to see maybe a character like DJ, who I used to be really good with the Super Turbo, how they're going to translate into a modern Street Fighter game. So that's the stuff I'm more interested in. But I know other people are like, oh, let's just try hard shit and pick the 8 characters and try to dominate early. I don't care. And as you know, I'm not into the competitive side of this stuff anymore. I'm never going to enter a tournament. I don't care about that stuff. I don't need to prove that I'm good at the game. I don't. I just need to have fun with the game and make entertaining content for you guys out of the game. I don't have to prove that I'm some fucking high-level internet tryhard idiot who just sits around playing it all day and I cheated for 5 months to fucking beat the beta. Like, I'm not a moron. You know, I have a life. So I'll enjoy the game. I'll play it with you guys. I can't wait to check out the single-player story mode as well, which is going to be completely different. That's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a really great game for long-form coverage. Not only will we have the initial coverage, the launch week of the single-player plus trying out characters in training mode, going online, doing online gameplay with all of them. But then after that, start doing things like a weekly session, maybe where, like Friday Night Fights, where I just play competitively against people every Friday night. But then maybe I could do a community night, where every week we have a community lobby, where people come in and want to play against me or other people from the community, and we could do something like that. It all depends, because we got to see what are the online features. We got to hope that they put in online features that prevent things like harassment and trolling. I don't want to make a community night, and you get 2 idiots in there who are just saying racial shit and insulting shit to everyone in there. It's fucked up. And I got to make sure there's a way to stop that. You know, as the person organizing an event like that, I'm responsible to make sure that it's a safe environment. And if it's not safe, then I'm not going to do it. So we got to see what they've put. I really hope that they put features in, because in the beta, they didn't have anything. In the beta, you're standing in the Battle Hub lobby, and idiots can be spamming disgusting shit in the chat, and you can't do anything about it. Like, there's no way to even shut the chat down. I'm like, wow, they really thought that out, huh? So that's why I hope in the final version they've had time to work these things in and make it safe. I don't want people going in and it's fucking harassment and shit. You know what I mean? It's one thing if it's harassment against me. It's another thing if it's harassment against my community. I don't want people going in and getting nasty things said about them just because they want to play a game against me. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens when the game comes out, but I'm still feeling positive about it. I'm feeling really, really good about this. Really? So, Billy J says he looked up the Japanese characters on the black belt here. He says it means Furin Kazan. It's on Ryu's belt and a banner in his stage of Street Fighter 2. It means Wind Forest Fire Mountain. Cool. It's like, so kind of like the elements, right? It's like the 4 elements. Exactly. That's really cool. Except, well, I guess there's no water. Wind would be wind. Forest would be earth. Fire is fire. Mountain is also earth. No water? That's kind of weird. Maybe it has something to do with Shotokan Karate, which is the style of karate that Ryu fights in. I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Derek says, awesome outfit. I make a good Ryu. Do I have other outfits? Just Ken. You know, I had Ken for Halloween. But like I just said, this is the outfit I wanted for Halloween. And it was sold out everywhere. But now I was able to get it because it's the middle of the year. And I think it looks good. I like the Ryu outfit. It fits my natural hair color. I can actually have my real hair when I'm Ryu, as opposed to when I was Ken, I had to have the wig on, you know. So I like that I have my real flowing locks. When I'm Ryu, right? Okay. By the way, the headband gravitates up on my head, so I need to be sure that I keep adjusting it and tightening it. There we go. Where did I buy the outfit? Amazon, just like everything else. You buy it off fucking Amazon, right? You get everything off Amazon these days. Okay. I need to get a proper M. Bison cosplay. Literally, come on now. You really want me in a full body M. Bison dictator outfit with cape and hat and everything? Like, it's ridiculous. You know, first of all, it would probably cost like $500 or more because it's such an elaborate outfit. Second of all, I'd probably be sweating bullets wearing something like that in the office. Like, this is nice because it's light. Look, open air, open arms. This is actually a cool outfit. But can you imagine me wearing a full Bison outfit? Even better, buy the Bison outfit and wear it to the fucking Street Fighter tournament and enter the tournament and play as Bison in the tournament. Even though Bison's not in Street Fighter 6, you are M. Bison, enter the tournament as M. Bison. I am M. Bison. No, you're Dark Side Phil. Shut up, I'm M. Bison. I'm entering this tournament as M. Bison. Oh my god. I think that would probably be counterproductive. But anyway, thank you guys. So here's what we're going to do. The next segment, I'm going to do some shout-outs. And we have a lot of shout-outs to do. What I would like to do is get a poll going. What this poll will do is determine what the first game will be that we're going to play when the podcast ends. All right? So let's get a poll going right now. Okay. Which Street Fighter series should Phil play first today? Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha, or Street Fighter 3? The reason I ask is because that's actually chronological order for those who don't know. Street Fighter 2 came out first, became insanely popular, exploded within the competitive scene for games, made arcades competitive, which is really cool. And then Street Fighter Alpha came out and it was more anime-ish, added in things like custom combos and isms or grooves or whatever you want to call them, fighting styles. And then Street Fighter 3 came out after that. So Street Fighter 3 is actually the more modern of those 3 franchises. So let's vote. You guys vote on which one you want to see me play first. We'll let that go for a few minutes. Then we're going to vote again because you guys are going to vote on the versions of whatever game, because each game has different versions. Street Fighter 2 has 5 versions. Street Fighter Alpha has 3 versions, and Street Fighter 3 has 3 versions. So you'll vote on the version, okay? Seems like people are voting a lot for Street Fighter 2 right now. Okay, in the meantime, let's get to shout-outs. First shout-out of the day is from Chrome Abyss, who's been a member now for 3 months in a row, and says, Knack 2 is greater than Tears of the Kingdom. Well, there you go. And that is obviously a very informed opinion. Thank you, Chrome Abyss, for sharing it with all of us. We're all more enlightened. And thanks for 3 months of support. We got a giant super chat from Punk Pina, $50 super chat. And they said, looking forward to today's fighting game sessions. Raw! Much support, DSP. Well, thank you very, very much, Punk Pina. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And that's a very generous contribution as well, and a nice sentiment. Thank you so very much for getting the super chat going today. Ryoto Mastermind has now hit their 2-year anniversary as a member here on the channel, earning the Rose Gold Crown. It's really cool. A lot of people this week actually earned their rose gold crowns, which are really nice. So Ryoto Mastermind says, hi Phil, how are you doing? I'm excited for Street Fighter 6. I'm doing well, and I too am excited for Street Fighter 6. I'm pumped for its imminent release, which is why we're doing this event. I'm very excited, okay? Lord Prince Albert just did a super chat, and he says, Ryu needs to channel all the elements to drop a log. You know, maybe they should have done a bonus stage where Ryu punches giant logs and breaks them up. Because he's done cars, he's done barrels, he's done metal barrels as well as wooden barrels, right? He's done, I'm trying to think with SUVs. I think in Street Fighter 6 there's a giant truck, but he's never punched logs, giant redwood logs or something, smashing them with his fist. That would be cool, but they've never done that before. All right, thank you, Lord Prince Albert. By the way, I'm well aware with all these poses and things I'm doing today, I'm just giving the internet lots of fuel. I know you're all going to screen capture this and have me in different positions doing things. I know it. I'm not stupid. I also took a bunch of pictures of myself that I'm probably going to post up in various places in me in this outfit. Anyway. All right, so Lord Prince Albert, thank you for the super chat. By the way, Lord Prince Albert, you haven't been around. It's no more logs, it's called loafs. He has to drop some loafs, not logs. So you used the wrong terminology today. You have received 3 demerits for your immature behavior. You were in the wrong immature meme. Logs is outdated, so 3 demerits. Okay, let's get to tips. Alrighty, to start off today, I received a $30 tip from Game Trekker. So let's go ahead and get Game Trekker on the leaderboard. First tip of the day. Let's get a nice animation for Game Trekker. Thank you for the first tip. And let's see what Game Trekker has to say this morning. Street Fighter 6 hype. Here's some support to help kick off your event today. To be honest, old school Street Fighter has never really been able to hold my attention. You know, I did try to watch you play it a handful of times, and I just had to conclude it's not within my personal tastes. I'll still probably check out some of today's gameplay later on demand, though. I had thought that I should give it a shot, because taking on the bullshit CPUs is a pretty different flavor of gameplay from fighting randoms online, and also I'm looking forward to the Battle Royale regardless. On an unrelated note, I want to say as a follow-up to my tip yesterday, I was never offended. You made some excellent points that never occurred to me. I certainly wasn't looking at the chat when I watched the video on demand. Right, we're talking about 2 weeks ago, he had nominated a clip for DSP versus the Internet. Although it's a funny clip for us to kind of sit and watch together, sadly, that kind of clip is always going to bring in a very immature element to the chat that's just going to try to derail the chat, which is exactly what happened, which is why I didn't really want to go at length on that clip. And, you know, Game Trekker was kind of wondering, why'd you skip over the end of the clip? And I explained, you can watch yesterday's podcast for that full elaboration. But, yeah, here's the thing. It's different being a person, yourself, doing stuff for yourself, or being a person who's making content for a public audience on the internet. I know that. And it took a while to learn that. But there may be things that very well you can enjoy, but when you're sitting there with a public audience, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of deal is you got to be careful when you're reacting to a clip and, oh man, does this have adult content in it? Is this something that people are going to misconstrue? Is this something that people are going to turn into something stupid? And yeah, especially when I have a clip show like DSP versus the Internet where I have to keep it moving for 3 hours, I can't have people just derailing with nonsense, and that's why I kind of had to move on from the clip. So thank you very much, Game Trekker. I appreciate that. Now, continuing on. I received a $2 tip, excuse me, from Big Papa Pump. He says, Ryu looks awesome. Have a great time today. Looking forward to old school Street Fighter. Me too. Thank you very much. A nice compliment from Big Papa Pump this morning. I appreciate that. And, let's add that to our... What the heck did I just do? Boy, I'm stupid. There we go. Let's add that to the running total. Very nice. All right. Up next, get this. I received a $100 tip from Jinx. This thing doesn't work anymore. A $100 tip from Jinx. Humongous. Humongous. Thank you very much, Jinx, for $100. And the biggest contribution so far today. Now, I told you guys I would take a shot for every $100 tip. I will. However, I want to read Jinx's message first to see what he has to say. Keep in mind, all right, what I should do is this. I don't know why I didn't do this to start. Since it's a double stream, it's a marathon, we're going to have the goal at 300, which would have been 2 different streams to keep the streak going. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, so there we go. Our goal is 300 for the day. So, Jinx, here's what he says. I'm here for the fight and feast. Is it shot time? Indeed it is, and I'll take it in just a moment. Will the hat and vest goals work today since you're dressed up? I already explained. No, it doesn't make sense. I'm in an outfit. That won't apply. Can we get the Ken wig? No, it wouldn't make sense. I'm in a Ryu outfit. I'm going to be Ryu today. I'm not saying I would never wear the Ken outfit ever again, especially with the imminent release of Street Fighter 6. Maybe we'd have a Ken day. Maybe we'll have a Ken-themed day where I only pick Ken and I dress up as Ken playing Ken. Now, you want to talk about Kenception. Someone dressed up as Ken playing Ken in a Ken Madness online series. There you go. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, today's going to be a great and positive day. I am so hyped. There you go. So thank you very much to Jinx. Tell me how many other people are going to dress up as Ken and play as Ken in an online marathon of Ken. It's time for our first shot. Now, I told you, I'm only going to take shots for $100 tips. And I'm going to space myself. So I'm taking a shot now because it's my first shot of the day. All right? If I get 5 more $100 tips right now, I'm not taking 5 shots in a row. I'm not stupid. Okay? But I'll take my first shot. Now, this is a double shot glass, meaning if I fill it, it's 2 shots. So I'm going to fill it halfway. Okay. A little more. It's actually a little bit more than a shot, but whatever. Okay. Tequila! I used to drink tequila in high school. I know that sounds bad because it is. You know, in high school, I was a degenerate. The last 1 or 2 years of high school, I was doing all things you're not supposed to do. And I used to go and drink with my friends. We would somehow get like a whole handle of Jose Cuervo. This is not Jose Cuervo. This is Drago Azul. It says it's imported from Mexico. I don't know. It was good priced at the local liquor store. That's why I got it. It's not super expensive or anything. It seems to taste fine. I had a shot of it last night. It tasted fine. But anyway, no, I used to drink that all the time with my friends, and we used to actually have like the salt on the rim, take the lime and go and take the shot and go crazy. Oh my god, we were degenerates, man. We were. But all right. So our first shot of the day. I should have got Patron. Patron. If I got Patron, the tips goal for today wouldn't have been enough to buy the bottle. That's why I didn't get Patron. Because I'm not stupid. Okay? Okay, are we ready? Tequila. Tequila. Some Pee Wee Herman. All right. First shot is down. And now it's time to get sloppy. Very nice. If I have enough shots of that, I will be dancing like Pee Wee Herman on stream to the tequila song. Oh my god. Very good, very good. All right, so let's continue on. Thank you so much, Jinx, for that very generous tip. Our first huge tip of the day. Was it delicious? It was pretty good. It's not bad. It doesn't have like, it has no aftertaste. Again, this is not pricey tequila, okay? It has no real aftertaste. Like Patron, you'll have like a flavorful aftertaste. I don't have an aftertaste right now. Not really. But it didn't hurt to swallow. You know what I'm saying? Like some tequila, it's so fucking rough. It's not good. So it's like, God, it's like eating needles. This was not like that. It was okay to go down. It tasted all right. It's decent tequila. This is probably better for mixed drinks than shots, but, You know, I'm not going to spend $500 on tequila today. Okay. All right. We got a $2 tip here. Again from Big Papa Pump. He says, is there any chance the headband could become a hat option in the future because it's lighter? I said yes. Yes. We will. By the way, look at my hair. My hair is flying over the Ryu headband. Yes, if you would like to see this headband become a hat in the rotation, I would be totally okay with that. I see no reason to say no. It's comfortable. It sits nicely on my head. It fits fine. I would be totally okay with wearing this in the future. Although, if I'm wearing this headband, not with the Ryu outfit, but other stuff, it's gonna look more like I'm Rambo, right? So now I look like Rambo with a bubble gun. Rambo with double bubble guns. Oh! That might work. Okay. Anyway, thank you, thank you, Big Papa Pump, for the tip. All right. Let's see here. I received, get this, a $55, 55-cent tip, and it's from King Toot. Not King Tut, King Toot. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Now, I am going to play the Gunner Glasses animation, but we're not doing Gunner Glasses today. Just for full transparency, I'm already in outfit. Ryu does not wear Gunner Glasses, so we're not going Gunner Glasses. Okay? So, King Toot. Let's add this to the running total. So 55 would be, that's 189. Awesome. What does he have to say? I'm really happy for you playing old school Street Fighter. I'm going to let you finish, but Street Fighter V was one of the best fighting games of all time. One of the best fighting games of all time. All right. So I'm permanently banning King Toot. No more contributions allowed from King Toot. That is just factually incorrect. You can't be saying stuff like that on my stream. It's just, it's 100% objectively wrong. Street Fighter V is actually the worst fighting game of all time. I'm not, all right, it's not. I'm just kidding there, too. That's just as bad the other direction. No, it's not the worst, but it's certainly not one of the best either. Okay. King Toot. All right, let's continue on. I received a $1 tip from JTTV. I thought that you would wear a Street Fighter outfit, but I didn't think it would be Ryu. I love this. This tip is for that. I hope you'll end up playing Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting or Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the same game. Oh, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Never mind. That's Super Turbo. We put the difficulty to the highest setting. Yes. Am I using the fighting stick? Yes. Fighting stick and highest difficulty setting. So thank you, JDTV. And by the way, Street Fighter 2 has won our poll. So now we're going to do a second poll to determine what version of Street Fighter 2 I'm playing. Okay? And in reality, there's 5 versions, but the poll can only be 4 options. But there's really only 4 games that people like anyway. So here's what it's going to be. Which SF2 version should I play? Original SF2, Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting, or Super Turbo. Those are all the versions of Street Fighter 2 over the years, except for Super Street Fighter 2. But Super Street Fighter 2 was basically improved upon and kind of trumped by Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, so everyone would just play Super Turbo today. They wouldn't play regular Super. So, there you go. Okay. Excuse me. So, please vote. And then once that's determined, then you guys also got to vote on the character I'm going to use. All right? Cool. Continuing on. I received another $1 tip from Chocoboko. I like how Capcom didn't change DJ. No dark story, no scars or missing arm. Just good old loving, fun-loving kickboxer who loves reggae. You don't think that DJ should be missing like 2 limbs that became cyborg limbs and he has a laser eyeball and he spits, I don't know, cryogenic gel that freezes you in place and allows you to get a free combo? Doesn't that sound like DJ gameplay to you? No, I agree with you. I agree with you because that's kind of the problem that I had with Street Fighter V. They were like, oh, we're bringing back Vega. Oh, cool, you're bringing back Vega? Yeah, except Vega now is a motions character that plays nothing like he ever did in any game before, and literally you could just call him any other name because he doesn't really play like Vega, so what's the point of even having him be Vega? That's what I didn't like about Street Fighter V. It's like they missed the point of bringing back the classic characters. If you're going to bring back a classic character, right? Then have them play like their classic character. If you're going to change them, then don't name them the same character. Just make something different, right? It doesn't make sense to say that it's the same character when it's literally not. It's completely different, you know? So, there you go. Continuing on. I received a $5 tip from Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. Holy moly. They said, Phil, you should dress up as Chun-Li next time. I'm just joking. I was up late last night. I was watching your vlogs that showed you moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. I do miss those kind of vlogs. You did a lot more than just react and play games. Personally, you seem much more transparent back then than today. Oh, yeah, listen. We've talked about this many times over the years. Back in the day, when I used to be mostly a full-time YouTuber who was on demand, okay? I wasn't really a full-time streamer. I didn't have the interactivity and stuff that I have today. I was basically just constantly making videos for on-demand consumption, right? I used to vlog everything. I used to vlog any change to my house. I used to vlog any trip that I went on, right? It was all transparent. But the problem became that after I was so transparent for a long period of time, people used that when they eventually determined, oh, I don't like Phil anymore. Oh, he doesn't deserve any success on the internet for whatever various reason, because they've all made up different reasons over the years that are all completely different. So whatever, you know, I don't even believe the bullshit anymore. It's just, they just hate on me because they can. But, so we don't like Phil. Let's now use all that information that he put out publicly to hurt him. Let's use data about his home to dox him, to actually find blueprints to his house and post them on the internet. I'm not shitting, that has happened. Let's look around his vlogs for information about him and use it to actually, like, troll him. Like, for example, I've told this story before. There was one vlog that I had done in my kitchen, and I had accidentally left, like, a pile of mail on the kitchen counter for whatever vlog it was. It might have been a DSP Tries It. It could have been anything. I don't know. Okay? So they noticed that one of the envelopes was for a certain utility company. They called the utility company, they impersonated me, and they tried to turn off all my utilities without telling me. The only reason I knew it was going to happen is because the company sent me an email saying, okay, we've scheduled to turn off your utilities on Monday. And I was like, what? You know? So, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, any little piece of information is you, or for example, here's another one, okay? When I moved here and I was vlogging, people saw my coffee machine, okay? It was the deluxe Keurig K-Cup coffee machine. That coffee machine is super old. It's the same one I had when I was in Connecticut, okay? So I moved here, and as you know, financial difficulties arose when people started trolling me or whatever. So now I'm saying, okay, please pledge to my Patreon. Please, if you can, support a stream or whatever. And they'd be like, Phil doesn't need your support. He has a $500 coffee machine in his kitchen. What? A $500? What are you talking about? Well, it's because in that day, that coffee machine was like maybe 6-7 years outdated. You can't even buy it anymore. So they went on Amazon, found the model of coffee machine I have from my vlogs, and said, you see, that coffee machine is $500 now. But the reason the coffee machine is $500 is because it's out of print. They don't make it anymore. So it was like the last one you could buy on the internet. So it was like a remnant. It was a rare item. So they were charging $500. It wasn't a $500 coffee machine. You see, but this is the crazy shit. These people are nuts. Crazy ass conspiracy level nonsense that they do just because you give them a little bit of personal information, right? I shit you not. Right now, if I walked through my house with a camera in my hand, just a camcorder, if I just did a 30-second walkthrough of my home and then I posted it on the channel, you would hear 100 insane conspiracy theories come out of these nut jobs. And everyone would be something about how I'm a horrible person. Look at this. Look at this. He's spending money. He's doing this. He's doing that. Nonsensical shit. But it'd be insane. When you have that level of just crazy scrutiny on you on the internet, you have to make a separation between the personal and the public. And that's what I've realized. Essentially in 2017, I had like a life reboot. All right? I moved into the new era of my life. I became an interactive live streamer rather than just an on-demand YouTuber. I met my now wife, Kat, for many, 4 years now. We've been married. And, everything changed. And I had an epiphany that year. I said, I need to separate the public from the private. I have to. Because if I don't, people will keep using all the information I share to hurt me. And I think if you take a look at the history of other YouTubers who infamously get harassed online, that's one of the major things, is they share too much. They're constantly sharing private information. They're involving their loved ones on their streams, and it just becomes a big convoluted mess of people being toxic to them and messing with them because of all the information they keep sharing. So since I stopped sharing so much private information, things have gotten a lot better. I have a nice private life with my wife that is not necessarily negatively affected by nonsense on the internet. All these idiots can sit here and they can illegally restream, and they can do all kinds of toxic, defamatory junk content. Guess what? It doesn't involve my private life anymore, because I don't share my private life, and therefore we have our own nice, safe life outside of the nonsense of the internet. And that's a great thing to have, trust me. I didn't have that for the longest time. And now that I have it, I cherish it. And I'm not going back on that. It's not worth it to go back on that and to put all that I've built in the last 4 or 5 years at risk just to make a vlog. You understand? So, there you have it. No, I understand. You're absolutely right. You know, you're talking about 10 years ago. I was a very transparent individual with the kind of stuff that I used to do on the internet. You're 1,000,000% correct. I had to stop because, dude, harassment online got so bad. I had to draw the line so that way I could have a private life. And now I do, and I love it. So, you know, I hate to say it, that's another reason why a lot of people are trying to pull me in the drama shit these days, because unlike them, I have private and public life, and I keep my private life private. They don't like that. Like, oh, everything should be public. You should be like the clown show and just have everything out there. No, I don't need to. And it's none of your fucking business either. The shit that a lot of people don't like me for is private shit that is no one's business and is not even true. It's conspiracy that they base on a little snippet of information that they revealed to the world that shouldn't have been public to begin with. So that's what I mean. I'm not going there. I'm not bothering with that. Drama, I'm done with that shit. You know, moving forward positively with my life. Sorry that you missed those vlogs. You know, I liked doing them, but those days are over thanks to the idiots on the internet. It's the only reason. I would have kept doing them. There was no reason for me to stop. I enjoyed it. But when people are literally harassing me and my family members and everything as a result, it's just not worth it anymore. Okay? Okay. Cool. Let's continue. I got a $1.50 tip from Canada's Got Talent. Oh my God, excuse me. Are you worried about AI and automation? No. I saw an automated golf club bag full of golf clubs pushing itself on the golf course the other day. It's scary. Caddies won't have a job. Whatever. This sounds like some kind of crazy some kind of crazy the sky is falling stuff. I don't know. I'm not too worried about automation automating me. Sorry. I don't think that AI could ever match the true level that is Darkside Phil. Sorry about that. Okay. Mute my mic when I burp. Actually, I'm going to double the volume. Next time, I'll put my mic inside of my mouth as I belch. How about that? There we go. Okay. So, by the way, you guys have overwhelmingly voted for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So, we're going to be playing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo first. Now you have to pick the character type. Alright? So, here's what we're going to do. Which type of fighter should I use in Super Turbo? A hybrid style, which is like Ryu, Ken, etc. A grappler style, which would be Zangief or T-Hawk. A full melee style, which would be more like Cammy or maybe Bison, or a unique style, which would be kind of like Vega, right? Something like that, like a unique style like Vega or Honda, something like that, okay? Because that's kind of a hybrid. Okay, so vote. Vote on the style. You guys didn't think there were going to be this many options, did you? There you go. All right, let's continue. Yes, we have even more shout-outs to do. Let's continue. I got a $4.20 tip from the Shin Black, who says, of course, today you're going to get back into fighting games. I have to work. Oh, well, I'll catch this on demand. Have fun. Hope you have a great event. God bless. Get one spinning pile driver in today for me, fam. Thank you to the Shin Black. Now, Shin Black, just so you know, if you're still here, fighting game content, gameplay will be on this channel, but there's going to be other content that's going to be on DSP Reacts that's also Street Fighter related, but not necessarily fighting game content, meaning like food and tier maker stuff. So be sure to check out that channel as well over the course of the week. There's going to be good fighting game stuff all over my channels all week long. Now, before we continue on with tips, because we have more, I want to swing back to the YouTube side of things. We have a Little Crow who did a super chat and says, why is Johnny from Cobra Kai on the DSP channel? Maybe I'm Johnny's cousin. Ronnie. Ronnie from Cobra Kai. That's me. All right. Thank you very much, Little Crow, for that super chat. And also, thank you to Graphmatical1, who did a super chat and says, you should be the next host for Drama Alert. There you go. I should be the next host for Drama Alert. There you go. I would only host Drama Alert for a signing bonus of $1 million. Then I would consider doing it. There you go. Then I would consider doing it. I spelled the name completely wrong. And that's the signing bonus. That's not including the ongoing pay, residuals. That's just the signing bonus. Then I would maybe consider it. There you go. What's absolutely hilarious is that even though my true viewers and fans know I'm joking, there will be morons who think I'm serious. There will act, wow, he's serious? He would do it? You just can't help some people. You just can't. They're just that gullible. Anyway, let's continue. So thank you, Graphmatical1, for the super chat. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? I have received a second $100 tip. This one is also from Jinx. He did a second $100 tip, guys. So thank you to Jinx. That's going to get us up to $301. So already, we haven't even begun with any of the festivities today. And we have already hit the tips goal. It is absolutely official. The streak continues. Okay? So we don't have to worry. For the rest of today, we already continued the streak. This would be 19 straight streams that we've hit this funding streak. So thank you guys very, very much for that. I appreciate that. And it is time for our second shot. There we go. Second tequila shot of the day. Refreshing. Yeah. That's good stuff. Pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth for not a high shelf tequila. That's not bad. It's not great. Like definitely Patron or what's that other one? I had one like 2 years ago. That was something really nice. I can't remember what it's called. They have it at a lot of restaurants out here. I can't remember what it's called now. Is it like Don Patrono? I don't know what it's called. It's not Patrono. It's like something else. But anyway, is it Don Julio? Maybe it's Don Julio. That might be it. Because I think they have it in various mixed drinks out here. That might be what it is. Those are smooth. They go down like super smooth. It is smooth. Has a little bit of a burn. Doesn't have much of an aftertaste though. I will say that. Other ones usually they have like an aftertaste. This doesn't really have an aftertaste. So, okay. Anyway. Thank you very much, Jinx. That's 2 shots down. I told you guys I would not go crazy with shots. Don't get me insanely sloshed right away. But I will pace myself. Okay, now Jinx says, are you ready to get lit? Let's get the party jumping. Well, that's shot number 2. Okay. All right, let's continue on. I got a dollar tip here. Someone is begging and trying to get unbanned. This is not how you do it. You know the formal ways to get unbanned, and has nothing to do with sending me a tip live on stream. So, nice try. I got a $2 tip from Sarah. Says, just please don't talk about drama today. You ignored it the last couple of, week to week and a half. Let's have a fun, positive stream. Oh, listen, it was a joke. No, we're not talking about that all day. Obviously, it was a joke. See, here's the problem. People are so dumb on the internet. They would think what I just said was serious. It was a joke. My stance has not changed on anything. I'm not going to be involved with anyone in any dramatic capacity. The drama does not get to be on my streams today at all. If I see drama, people will be banned and removed. It's that simple. It's the same as always. Nothing has changed here. Just because I made a joke doesn't mean that, now everything is open floodgates for drama or anything like that. All right? I just say some people are just dumb where they actually believe that, like, because I made a joke that, oh, Phil was serious. He wants $1 million. No. No, stupid. No, I was joking. Boy, I have to actually... Isn't it sad that in 2023... Not Sarah. I'm not making fun of Sarah. I'm making fun of the people who would take that seriously. You have to understand, in 2023, you have to spell everything out. It's like before you make a joke, you have to have a contract that explains, hey, everyone, so I'm about to say something that's sarcastic and not serious. Just so you understand, please sign on the line. And then when you sign, then I can make the joke. Right? I can't just make the joke anymore. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. I got a $10 tip. Again, it's someone trying to get unbanned. Listen, I'm going to say it again. You don't get unbanned by tipping during a live stream. You get unbanned by going through the proper motions. You email me, you tell me your name, your account on YouTube, you explain what you think happened, I look into it. I'm not going to I can't even unban you live on stream if I wanted to. There's no way to do that on YouTube. This is not Twitch. I've been on YouTube for 2 years now. You realize that? 2 years. 2. Anyway, let's continue. Returnal did a super chat and says, hey now. Well, thank you very much, Returnal, for the $2 super chat, and hey now to you. Appreciate your super chat. And Go Team Venture has re-upped their membership for 13 months and says, Hadouken. Hadouken. I couldn't see on camera how that looked because this was blocked. Hold on. Hadouken. That's not bad. Looks good with the gloves, actually. The gloves are very bright. There you go. Thank you, Go Team Venture, for that. All right, guys, can you believe it? I think I finally finished shoutouts. That was intense. We're at 160 likes. Remember, every 100 likes, we do a celebratory bubble blow. For every time we hit a member's goal, I'll do a bubble blow. All right? And thank you for your support so far today. We've already hit our support goal, which is excellent, right? All right, it looks like you guys have voted for a hybrid character, like Ryu or Ken, etc. So when I say hybrid, I mean someone who could be played in various different ways. So Ryu and Ken, Guile, Dalsim, okay? Those are characters that have projectiles. Chun-Li as well. Those are characters that have projectiles. So they could be played at range and keep away. But also, they're actually quite good if you want to rush down. You could try, rush down combos and stuff. So there's various different ways to play them. You see? So I guess the question is, if this is the case and you guys want, if you guys want a hybrid character, right? Then perhaps we can look into that. But the question is, like, even then we need to do another poll because hybrid characters are kind of a big group in Street Fighter, right? Because you play them at range or you can play them up close. Sagat is hybrid. I would argue Sagat is ranged. Sagat is way more effective at range than he is up close. Up close, he's a little bit weaker. But definitely at mid-range to long range with his tiger shots, he's better. So he would probably be a hybrid. I would say Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Guile, and DJ. For sure, DJ. Because DJ can be played long range, and then when he's up close, he actually has effective combos as well. Yeah. For sure. So that's what I would say. Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, DJ. Let's leave Guile out of it. Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, DJ. Those are hybrid characters. Okay? There you go. No, Fei Long is definitely not a hybrid. Fei Long is an up-close character, for sure. It's an up-close kind of melee style, gotta rush you down style character. All right, so let's end. My nose is itching today. Let's end the poll for that, and let's do one final poll to determine who you want to see me play in Super Turbo then. Okay? Which fighter should Phil use in Super Turbo? Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken, or DJ? There you go. Those are all hybrid characters. Let's see what you guys go for. And this will be my first run, and then after that, we'll see what time it is. If you want to do a second run right away, we could do it. And that could be either for Alpha or Street Fighter 3. We're then going to do a tier maker, and then probably it'll be time for our first recipe. Okay? Cool. Cool. Alrighty. I got more shout-outs. Holy crap. Xantar did a super chat and says, I'm looking forward to the stream. I love your costume and energy. God's divinity is rotting in my head. Any thoughts? I don't know. You might want to seek professional help for that. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if that's a religious deal, if that's a psychological deal. I mean, I'm sure there's an authority who can help you, and it's certainly not me. Some jackass and 41-year-old white male wearing a Ryu costume, acting like an idiot on stream, probably isn't the best person to ask those kind of questions. So I would say go seek someone else who's maybe more educated on that. But you know, Xantar, I appreciate your super chat. Thank you so very much. Okay. Let's continue. I've got another tip. A $6.66 tip has come in from Dan the Man, who says, hey, Phil. What's going on, Dan the Man? It's good to see you here today. Thanks for the demonic tip. I always appreciate a nice tip where someone lights my ass on fire in the middle of the bowels of hell. And we don't see that animation often, which is surprising because it's one of the better animations that I have, I feel. I don't know why we don't see the 666 animation too often, but thanks so very much. Appreciate that. I also received a $10 tip. Again, from someone who's trying to get unbanned. Boy, this person, they said, okay, we're going to send an email. Okay, you can send an email. You don't have to tip. I appreciate the support, but you don't have to tip. I'm still not going to live unban you. I can't. You understand? There's very few situations. Like, for example, if someone accidentally got banned right now in the chat, if I could scroll up to see where they got accidentally banned, I could quickly unban them before it scrolls off the screen. That's like the one situation I could do something like that. Like, literally, that's it. You understand? So, please understand that. And, you know, I'll do my best to unban you when I get a chance, but it's going to be a very busy day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be checking emails all day. You know? We'll see. Okay. Derek says, when you did the history of Street Fighter years ago, Super Turbo gave you a hard time. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, the highest level AI in these games, which is what I'm doing, the highest level AI is incredibly difficult. It cheats like fucking crazy. It'll read your inputs, and as soon as you press a button, hit you with a move that beats it. It'll not use the rules of the game. It'll be Guile, and you'll jump, and Guile will be walking forward, and just do a standing flash kick with no charge at all. And then, it'll do double, triple damage for no reason. Guile will hit you with 2 punches and take half your life bar. Like, what? That's how these games are on the highest difficulty. They're insane. Okay, guys. We have gotten through all the shoutouts. Okay? And we have done a lot of discussion. I'll give you guys a last chance here. If anyone has a quick question or, you know, a contribution that you want shouted out right away. If not, we are going to finish up the polls and actually start with my first run of gameplay for today, which is probably going to be Super Turbo. And it looks like right now you guys are voting for Chun-Li. I'm down for that. If that's what you choose. Jade says, I would love to see a Mortal Kombat marathon. Mortal Kombat 1 coming out soon. Mortal Kombat 1 is coming out in September. See, here's the catch about that, Jade. In September, it is actually the month of my 15-year anniversary as a content creator. And what I would like to actually do is a possible series of special events to celebrate my 15-year anniversary. perhaps do retro playthroughs of games that I played back in the day but never did a full-on streaming playthrough of. Maybe do a retrospective event where we go down memory lane and you guys nominate some of the things from my history that I can go back and react to and do commentary on. You know, among other things. So, if that's the case, I feel like we already kind of have something special I'll be doing in September. So, it's unlike this month where we kind of needed some special thing to do to celebrate, you know, Street Fighter 6. I think we're going to have a ton of stuff to do. By the way, Tier Maker. We're going to do a special Tier Maker event where I take all the games that I had ranked for my Game of the Year awards in the last 12, 13 years, and I'm going to rank them against each other. That's going to be fun. Arkham. Perhaps we can play Batman Arkham Knight this summer. We shall see. Rugal says, don't forget CPO can react to the data of your input before it even translates into something on the screen. That is correct. So you could press punch, and before your character has the chance to punch, the computer can read that punch and counter hit the punch. Which is basically the computer psychic. A human can't do that. A human has to see the move and react to it. The computer doesn't have to do that. What's my prediction for the Street Fighter 2 run? Pain. Because I'm telling you, the computer's going to cheat. The computer is going to be incredibly cheap, and it's probably going to take me a while to beat it. I'm probably going to need a bunch of continues, I feel. It's going to cheat a lot. I think there's no chance I'm getting to Akuma. Because if you take Akuma, you can't even lose. I don't think so. Okay. Willow likes the costume. Thank you, Willow. Appreciate that. All right, looks like it's going to be Chun-Li. So we're going to have a Chun-Li run in Super Turbo. And then we're probably going to do Street Fighter Alpha. You'll vote on what game in Alpha. And then we're going to vote on, Street Fighter 3. But then we're going to do tier makers as well. It's going to be good variety here. Okay. Are we ready to go? Bama says, does it feel like 15 years have gone by quickly or does it feel slow? Depends. I would say there's been like phases. The whole first few years of, say, 2008 through like when I became a full-time streamer, or excuse me, a full-time YouTuber, were actually a little bit on the slower side. I say about 2.5 years of me doing it casually while I had an office job. Felt a little slow. Then when I started doing this full-time for a living, the years of like 2011 through 2014 when I moved out here were like a fucking blur. I don't even remember them. Seriously, they're that fast. It was that fast moving. Things were so crazy in my life. Then when I moved out here, I would say those first 2-3 years that were sadly chaotic and not very good also were kind of like another phase of my life that's kind of a blur. And now we've got kind of like the modern phase, 2017 to now. And this is, it's moving fast, but it's definitely slowing down. And what I mean by that is because I have a nice, calm home life that I really enjoy, things are moving at a better pace for me. Instead of everything flying by me at a chaotic rate, I get to kind of sit back a little bit and relax and enjoy life. And that's a good thing. Rather than seeing life just fly and pass you by, I do feel like it's crazy. The Street Fighter years, when I was a competitive Street Fighter player, those kind of like are passed me by fast as a blur. And then those early YouTube years, and it sucks. I'm 41 years old, man. You know, I feel like I'm more than halfway through my life. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you'll live till 90." I don't think, I don't believe that baloney. You know, I do feel like I'm over the hill at this point. And to think of it that way and be like, man, how many good years do I have left? Right? And you think that there's maybe 15 years of my life in there that flew by and I wasn't really like cognizant present. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? But I'm very much enjoying my life today way more, way more than I did back then for sure. So Little Crow did a super chat, says I'll think of waiting for Elena and Ibuki before buying Street Fighter 5. You mean Street Fighter 6? So you like Street Fighter 3 characters, and right now there are no Street Fighter 3 characters announced for Street Fighter 6, correct? So you're being more skeptical about it? See, here's the thing, again. Street Fighter 3 characters have been both in Street Fighter 4 and 5, but quite frankly, they never really played like their Street Fighter 3 counterparts. Because it doesn't really have like the proper parry system or anything. So, even though they were in there, they were always kind of weaker characters. Like, can you name a Street Fighter game outside of 3 where Ibuki or Elena were really good? Because they weren't. So, that's kind of sad. It's like, it's great that they put those characters in there, but at the same time, I wish that they were more accurate and or more viable in competitive play. What's the point of wedging in a character from a previous iteration if the character's not very good? you see. But I hear what you're saying. If it's your favorites, you want them in there. For me, it's a good hybrid because they got the classic Street Fighter 2 cast. They got DJ, which is one of my favorites from Super Turbo. And now we got new characters as well. And that's why I'm getting really excited for Street Fighter 6. So. Hanzo Kamaro says, as a fellow fighting game veteran, I'm strongly opposed to modern controls in a fighter until this weekend. It's actually pretty fun. It has challenge. I'll give it a try. I mean, jury. I probably will. When the main game comes out, I probably will try modern controls and see what it feels like. It's interesting. Ultra Street Fighter 4 Boogie was good in my opinion, says Jeremy. I barely played Ultra Street Fighter 4, right? I played Vanilla. I played Super. Yeah, I barely played Ultra, which is probably why I wouldn't even know that. There you go. No, we can't get a dab. Dabbing? Dabbing is so outdated at this point. Who the hell would ask for a dab? Dabbing is like 7 years outdated. Ruffian Forever, it's not just Eris. It's a lot of older school fighting game players did not like Street Fighter V, but they were afraid of really being vocal about it during the era of Street Fighter V because they were afraid that the community would kind of rally against them, which honestly I feel it would have. I think that the community knew Street Fighter V had to be popular for years until a new game came to take its place. But it's funny, because how many people are now coming out saying Street Fighter V sucked? A lot of people. I mean, fucking Daigo said it. People are coming out and say, yeah, Street Fighter V was not good. Everyone knew that from the beginning. But people didn't want to say it because they were afraid of being ostracized in the Street Fighter community that needed that game in order to have any kind of popularity or pertinence. Yet, I said Street Fighter V sucked from the beginning. I said Street Fighter V sucked the whole time. I didn't fucking play Street Fighter V after like a year and a half. Right? But I'm the shithead. I'm the whipping boy. Of course. Because I'm Darkside Phil. I can't say the same thing everyone else feels because, God forbid, that I say anything about anything, right? Okay. By the way, Eris is a Tekken player. No one, you know, he's a Tekken player. So, you know, it's not like his opinion is going to be a huge factor in the Street Fighter community. If he had said, I hate Tekken 7, now that would be huge. He's a Tekken guy. Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else, or shall we wrap up the podcast for today? What a podcast. What an interesting one, right? For sure. Derek, no, Ultra Street Fighter 4 was basically the end of Street Fighter 4 where I wasn't really caring that much about the game anymore. So, I really don't remember much about it, nor do I really care, honestly. It's such an old game at this point, it's kind of not that important, right? See, here's the thing. Sarah says, I think you have a reputation for being overly negative for entertainment purposes that rubs people the wrong way. Yeah, 10 years ago. But that's the thing. Because my idiotic haters try to meme that and act like that's it. Now people don't believe a word I say. Anything I say, oh, it's just because he's over hamming it up to be negative. No. I've been honest about so many things in gaming in the last decade. And people don't want to listen. Yet, I'm right a lot. I'm not going to say I'm always right. I'm definitely not always right. But a lot of the times I have takes that people then later on seem to adopt, or it's proven to be right, but no one wants to listen to me when I make the take originally because, oh, that's Darkside Phil and he just hates on everything. It's like, well, yeah, but you're a fucking idiot. That's not the truth. That's the dumb meme that the idiots say on the internet, so don't be stupid and believe everything you hear, you know? I love being justified in Street Fighter V. I said the day I started playing it, I didn't like it. A month after, I didn't like it. 2 months after, I didn't like it. 6 months after, I didn't like it. A year after, I didn't like it. I kept saying, there's all these factors in it that make it a bad game. And everyone wanted to say, oh, well, just forgive it. Oh, well, let's give it a pass. And now everyone's like, wow, that game sucked. Yeah, I said it the whole fucking time. If you said it back then, Capcom would have been forced to fix it earlier and make a better game. Instead, you made Street Fighter V last 5+ years of shit because the game kept getting more money because you kept supporting it because you cared so much about the community and your streams and your tournaments. Just let them make a new one. Tell them it sucks. Tell them they fucked up. And to go back to the drawing board and make a better game. Because now they have, and now it looks like we're going to get a better game. Right? Why do we have to wait 7 fucking years for it? Because people kept spending money on the junk game. It drives me nuts. Okay. Oh, Lanuli, I'm going to get beat up by this AI. Trust me. Especially if you guys want a Chun-Li. I'm not great with Chun-Li. My Chun-Li is kind of average. Very average. I don't know the advanced techniques. And certainly I don't know the techniques to use against the AI. So this is going to be interesting. JDTV even said, would you have preferred another character besides Chun-Li? Probably. Probably. I would have said, I would have been more comfortable with a classic charge character, like Blanca, Honda, Guile, someone like that. Or if someone who I'm good with in tournament, you know, Balrog, DJ, you know, Chun-Li, my Chun-Li ain't great. Excuse me, I just burped. Little Crow just did a super chat, says, both Ibuki and Elena are top tier in Ultra Street Fighter 4. There you go, the one I didn't play, right? Ibuki can rush down, Elena is a healer and defensive. That's cool to know. Marine X did a super chat, says, I'm 37 years old, I haven't played Street Fighter since I was 10. Should I buy the new one or wait for Street Fighter 5 at a discount? Buy the new one. Act like Street Fighter 5 never existed. You will be very happy. I'm serious. Street Fighter 6 is going to be a great jumping in point for many different people. And I recommend you jump into Street Fighter 6 and ignore Street Fighter 5. It was an abomination. It was a mistake. Street Fighter 6 is looking good. And like they're trying to fix all the mistakes they made along the way. That's what I recommend you do. So there you go. Okay. Oh, by the way, that was, oh, Sam just did a super chat. Listen to this. You're taking shots at noon on a Sunday. It looks like you conquered your drinking problem. Yes, because ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I sit around taking shots at noon every Sunday when I'm normally on stream with you guys all day long from 10:45 a.m. until like 9:10 p.m. It's almost as if you're stupid. Anyway. You can't make it up. It writes itself. I don't even have to try. These people are so dumb. All right. Thank you, Marine X. Let's get you on the leaderboard for your positive super chat there. And a dollar tip is coming. I guess we're never going to start. A dollar tip is coming. Oh, here we go. Someone insulting me. Very nice. I'm definitely going to read the insulting tip. I received an $8 tip from Radical Zangief, also known as Radical Jaws. He says, hi, DSP. I'm excited to see some of your Fightin' Feast today on demand. I'm still cleaning a vandalized wall. I thought I would ask a question. Do you think I should try to main Marissa? Is it Marissa or Marisa? I don't know how to pronounce her name. In the new Street Fighter. I never played a Street Fighter game before, and I'm excited to try it. I actually don't know much about the character. I don't know much about the new characters. I've seen video footage, but until I get my hands on the game, I don't know if I'm going to really understand them. But, alright, so here we go. Should Radical Zangief or Radical Jaws main Marissa? Most likely. Most likely you should. So thank you, Radical Jaws. By the way, let's get the 8-ball tip animation for you. There you go. Thank you for the 8-ball tip. And that'll get us up to 317. And climbing. And we haven't even started really with anything today. So thank you. Cool. Michael, that's ridiculous. He says, if you don't read someone's tip, they can charge back. You realize anyone could just try to charge back at any time, right? I told you this story the other day. So there's a guy who, I guess, tips anonymously. And I don't know that it's the guy. And he's tipped all these tips over, like, a course of a few months. And usually I read out his tip. Well, the other day he did 2 toxic tips that were all drama-related. So I ignored them. Then he tipped again, and he's like, why didn't you read my tip? I said, because they were drama. I don't read drama. He then proceeded to charge back every tip he did for 2 months. Even though I read them all out. You can charge back whatever you want. I mean, it doesn't mean you're going to win. But you can charge back whatever you want and break the law, you know. I can't stop you from committing crimes. But I'm going to fight it. You know, that's the nature of being a streamer. You're going to get a shithead who's going to be stupid, right? Anyway, are we good now? I think we've gotten through everything. Oh, wait, Radical Jaws also did a super chat. I missed it. Thank you, Radical Jaws, for the super chat. All right. Marine X did another super chat. He says, last question. Should I buy on my Series X or PS5? The offset thumbsticks on the Series X control makes me wonder how hard combos would be. They should perform. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I just got an email and I need to look into this during a break. We're going to take a break between the podcast and the gameplay anyway. A short one. So. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. As for what I was saying, in regards to the Series X or PS5 version, they should perform the same. Now, I haven't confirmed that. I don't think that there's been like a Digital Foundry review of either game yet, right? To say, oh, they're going to run the same. One will have a better frame rate. One will have less input lag or whatever. We don't know yet. I'm going to get it on the Series X. Now, if you're talking about controls, I don't know. I don't use a gamepad, so I can't attest to that. If I were a gamepad guy, I would tell you, oh, I like this gamepad over the other. I'm not. I don't feel like I'm well versed enough in playing console games, you know, console versions of fighting games on a pad to really give you an informed opinion. I wouldn't want to give you a misinformed opinion. All right? So, there you go. I apologize for that, obviously. I wish that I had a better informed opinion for you. I don't. So, once I have a better informed opinion, maybe when the game comes out. The good news is, it's cross-platform. So if you get it on the Series X or the PS5, you can still play people from all other platforms. So it's not like, oh, I bought one platform, but then less people bought it on that platform, so now I don't have as much competition. That's actually not the case. You should have just as much competition no matter what. Okay. So, oh my God. Guys, I thought we were going to end the podcast. Apparently not. So I received a $20 tip from Evo Trophy, who says, in my restless dreams, I see that town Bridgeport. You promised me you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. I'm alone there now in our special place waiting for you. The Evo Trophy. Well, in truth, I never received an Evo Trophy, even though I did win regional qualifiers for Evo, which were considered majors, but they didn't give trophies out for those. And I also received, what do you call it? I also won smaller time tournaments, but those you don't get trophies for. But I also won, I got 4th place at Evo Nationals, but they don't give a trophy for that either. Back then, they didn't give trophies out at all, actually. Today, I think they do, right? So, the only trophy I have, did you ever see the only trophy I have? Seriously? My Tekken 3 trophy. This is it. This is the only trophy I have. Tekken 3 FYE first place. From the mid-2000s when the mid-1990s when Tekken 3 was a brand new game. That's when I won this trophy. I won a Tekken 3 tournament at the local mall. That's it. That's the only trophy I ever won. Even though I had placings much better than a local mall tournament, they didn't give trophies out for anything. I've kept it. I still have it to this day. Tekken 3 trophy. But outside of that, no, I don't have any other fighting game trophies. Alrighty then. Let's continue because we're not done. So, Dan the Man just gifted 5 memberships to the channel, and they went to Lanuli, Eddie Cheddar, Nemesis T-Type, Ruffian Forever. But I don't know who got the 5th one because it's not saying. I think it was Bizlier. Bizlier? There you go. Congratulations to the 5 of you. on getting gifted memberships. And thank you, Dan the Man, for supporting the channel. That's going to get us up to 758. 758 memberships today. Thank you, thank you. Continuing on, because yes, I'm not kidding. We're still not done with shoutouts. I received a $1 tip from Big Papa Pump. If the CPU isn't fun for you with Chun-Li, would you consider switching to Blanca after a number of retries? Perhaps. Let's see what happens. I feel like I could do it. I feel like even if it takes a while, I'm still going to beat the CPU. I don't think it's going to be like me losing nonstop or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we will accomplish it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jinx has just hit me another $100. Yes, another $100, if you can believe it. So I need to take a third shot here on the podcast. Okay. A third freaking shot here on the podcast. Okay? Here we go. I don't know if we're ever going to get to the content. It might just be me sitting here talking with you, taking shots and doing shout-outs the whole stream. All right? Okay. After this, I think I need to take a little bit of a shot to break. You know what I'm saying? Probably a good idea. Okay. Ready? Tequila. Woo! Do 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 do. All right. Shout out to Hypnotic Jinx, who gifted a membership and it went to Stealthy Kupo. Then he gifted a second membership and it went to Jimmy. So with those two gifted memberships, we've now hit 760. Okay. So considering that we've hit and exceeded all the goals before we even started with any real gaming content or even tier maker content, I feel like we should up the ante a little bit with the goal for today. But in the meantime, because we hit the goal, it is time for a celebratory bubble blow. Thank you for all the support this morning, everybody. Ah, there it is. Delayed action bubbles for you all. Yeah. Ryu spreading on the Hadouken bubbles. Take that. Very nice. They're exploding everywhere. Very good. Good Lord. All right. We also have Sorry I'm No Hero, who did a super chat and says, please play, please. I will. I swear to you, we're going to play. Like I said, I want to take a brief break to use the restroom and stuff before we start with the gameplay. But outside of that, I will start the gameplay shortly, I swear to you. And Lord Unitas did a super chat. Sorry, I've got kids to feed, laughing out loud. But I will say, I'll give you props for Street Fighter 2 Turbo, 4th place. Not easy to go that hard playing top players. That was an insane year. It was the black bracket of death that I was in. Meaning all the top players were somehow in the same bracket. And they were all going to eliminate each other. And I was in the bracket, and I'm the one who came out of the bracket. Not them. I beat them all and eliminated all of them from the tournament while I was in the bracket and made it to the finals. They didn't like that too much. So thank you, Lord Unitas, for that. Big Papa Pump just gifted a membership. And it went to LOL, yeah. Congrats to LOL, yeah. Okay, But anyway, thank you to, who is this, Lord Unitas? No, Marine X just did a super chat. Someone named a nerd guy went to my channel asking if I dislike you. I'm not sure if he's a mod. No, he is not. He's an asshole. He's a troll. I have a channel. I don't troll anyone. Marine X is this simple. When you contribute to people on the internet, if you have a YouTube channel, some people might come troll you. And I apologize for that. It's going to happen. You got to just ban them and move on, ignore them. The more you talk about them and the more you entertain their nonsense, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a rise out of you. They're looking for attention. If you give them that attention, sadly, that's just going to give them what they're looking for, and they're not going to, they're not going to stop. So ignore their nonsense. If you want to do a super chat, thank you so much, but ignore the bullshit from them, and that's the best course of action, in my opinion. Okay, that's Marine. Are we good now? I think we are. I think we're finally good. I've done all the shout-outs. All right, guys, it's time to end the show. Thank you for an extended podcast. Let's end the level 1 podcast. All right. Big Papa Pump gifted another membership. This one went to Marvin Martian. So that's two memberships, by the way. We're at 6762. All right. Guys, thank you for a great show. I do need to get to actual gameplay. I swear. Thank you very much for everything. It's been a great podcast so far. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And I hope to see you for the actual content. There's going to be gameplay of Street Fighter. There's going to be tier maker. There's going to be food. All this stuff is going to be happening. All right, so thank you for a good intro. But now it's time to get to the meat of our event. Thank you all. And as always, happy spring. Don't let the pollen get to you. And I will see you soon.